Hello and welcome back to another episode of AFL Poland, or a week in the life of footy in Poland, or Phil, or I don't know what we're calling this, but anyway, welcome back nevertheless. If you're following AFL Poland on the socials, and you probably should be, you would notice that our national team training camp in Łódź today, Saturday the 22nd of February, has been cancelled. So, for the sake of continuity and fact that I'm, kind of enjoying making these videos, even though I've only made one so far, I thought I'd still make a video to talk about the national team and explain how the Polish national team's men and women's national team works. So, I thought the best way to do that was to come to Łódź. No piękne. Now it's at this point in the video where I should probably explain that the national team training hasn't actually been cancelled, it's been pushed back a week, right? So we cancelled it this week because the field is covered in snow, about 10 centimeters of snow, right?
So this is the actual field that we are training on, or we're supposed to be training on today. This is how it looked Thursday last week. And it was this video taken by Daniel, one of our players, that made us make the call that maybe we shouldn't be training on it, and it's not exactly up to scratch.
And while we've played in snow in the past,
Come on, Sam, run!
we don't really want to do national team training in the snow. The other thing I forgot to mention as I'm sitting here editing the video is that I forgot to mention that this is actually a recruitment event too. So we are trying to build a new team in Łódź. All of our data says that we've got a lot of followers, our website has a lot of traffic, and that this city of Łódź is interested in Australian football. So we're having men's training at the start of the day. In the middle, there'll be a two-hour period where men and women come and train and try Australian football, and the girls train at the end. And that's why cancelling the event was so much more difficult than just telling our players, oh, it's happening next week. The other thing is that in the course of setting up this recruitment event, this team, Sroki Łódź, which is a rugby league club in Łódź, they've expressed an interest in bringing their team down and getting involved and trying out our sport. These guys have come out of nowhere. It's an existing team that's interested in our sport. We want to do right by them, and they've also supported our event and shared it on their page. So we don't want to leave these guys literally and physically out in the cold by cancelling an event. So that's why I decided to go there. Łódź is also not that far away from Warsaw, where I live, only an hour and a bit. It's also geographically central in Poland, making it easy for all of our other clubs in Poland to get to, which is why we're doing it in Łódź. Fun fact, the word Łódź actually translates in Polish to boat. What makes that funny is that Łódź is based in the geographical center of Poland when there's not a whole lot of water in the area. I thought I'd come to Łódź anyway because I don't particularly trust our skills in terms of communication in being able to explain so quickly that the event has been cancelled, and the last thing I want was for random people who have an interest in Australian football to go to the venue and it be closed and no one be there to explain to them what happened. So in the off chance that there was some random person who rocked up who wanted to train AFL, I thought I'd at least put in a bit of effort and go there and make sure that if anyone went there, they'd know it's been cancelled. No one rocked up. And while it was a little annoying that I drove an hour and a bit to stand out the front of a locked, snowy field, only for no one to come, I'm glad I went. I'm glad I went, because if one person came and there was no one there, that one person probably wouldn't come back, and that's one person who we've convinced to come that won't come again. Oh, hang on. Australian football national team, Polish national team training camp. What do you mean, national team? Well, I'm glad you asked. Here in Poland, we have the men's national team and the women's national team. The national team is made up of the best players, men and women, within Poland. I'll save you the story for the eligibility criteria and the selection process, but in order to be picked for the Polish national team, you need to be born here. You need to be Polish. What does the Polish national team play in? Where does a national team play Australian football? The All-Australian team doesn't actually play a game as a team, right? So where does the Polish national team play? Well, here in Europe, AFL Europe, the governing body of AFL in this part of the world, every year they put on what is called the Euro Cup, which is the 9-a-side national team championships. It's a tournament held over one day. Polish men have been there 2019, 22, 23, 24, and Polish women have been there 22, 23, 24. The Euro Cup has got national teams made up of countries all over Europe that have an AFL presence. Not every country in Europe that has an AFL club has a national team. Not all of them do. Many do, but not all of them. Bulgaria, for example, don't. That being said, it's still pretty interesting to see how footy is being played here in Europe. I'll put a link to this page in the bio. It's the AFL Europe website. Come and have a look and you can see just how many clubs and countries there are in Europe playing footy. Look at all the clubs in Germany. Hungary has a team. Ireland, of course. But come have a look, do yourself a favour and check it out, because it's pretty interesting to see that AFL is played in Norway. And the pinnacle of our year every year is to play at the Euro Cup. And we do a lot of recruiting based on the potential of playing for your national team and representing your country at the European Championships. Now, you might hear me use Euro Cup and European Championships interchangeably, but it's called the Euro Cup, but you know what I mean. You probably don't, but well, now you do. The point of national team training is for all the players in Poland that want to represent Poland to get together and to train to become not just better individual players, but to train better as a group. Learn that dynamics, learn a bit of intuition, and see how everyone is going to react in certain environments so that when it comes to playing as Poland, you can play better. We normally all play against each other, not on the same team. So the more times we train as a national team, the theory is, the better we get. And that theory paid off big time in 2024 because we had more national team trainings than ever, and we won more games than ever at the Euro Cup in 2024. Guys, I feel like I'm just speaking for the sake of speaking now, so I'm gonna wrap this video up. There is so much more I can talk about AFL here in Poland and in Europe, and I'll be making videos over the next few weeks and months about that. Next week we will be going to Łódź, so the next video will be a highlights package of that event, I guess. But if you're feeling generous, the best thing you can do to help out AFL Poland right now is to like and subscribe to our channel. Both this channel and the AFL Poland channel, which I'll link to in the end screen. This channel is new. The more interaction there is, the more YouTube is going to recommend it to other people. So hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, like all good YouTubers say. And thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.